SmartLess. SmartLess.
Oh my God, it's
I could listen to it all day.
It's so good, isn't it? That look.
Or are we just used to something super annoying? Is it a terrible little tune, or is it great?
I don't think so. I think it's a wonderful tune written by Bennett and Rob at Test Pattern.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful.
I could, you know what? It kind of sounds like Stranger Things, doesn't it?
I'm going to say if I get married again, I'm going to walk down the aisle to that.
Hopefully you're marrying a robot.
I hope so too.
Guys, I'd like to remind everybody while we're here, this is a little thing called Postcast. Get it? Podcast Postcast.
Still don't get it.
For our podcast called SmartLess, which stars the hosts are Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and myself, Shawn Hayes. And it's called SmartLess because we aren't that bright. And we get people on who are a little smarter than us in all different areas of life. And we hope to laugh with them and learn a little more and make ourselves a little smarter by the time the show is over. And the little conceit of our show is that every episode, one of three of us acts as a host and brings on a guest that the other two don't know about. So now that that's out of the way, and you can get it on Apple Podcast, right?
Sure.
Yeah, so what we're doing here is we're talking about that show.
And then
that
the new
podcast.
One. So the one this week was Seth Rogen, and he was great.
All right, so this is live, so we can talk about, because we never know when we're going to air certain episodes, but this is live. So we did air Seth on Monday, and we're going to air Kamala Harris this Monday.
I love that's true, and I love that the three of us need to work through the schedule stuff like on air all the time.
We appreciate all of you listening as we try to figure out. We didn't title this by accident, you know. We're not right.
So last week,
Shawn, and then Shawn's like, you know, SmartLess or podcast, they're already here. Why do you think that they're here for? They didn't know about the pod. So, but a podcast is the thing.
You explain
what a podcast is.
Explain Facebook and how you might get to Facebook.
Okay, so Facebook. So
Shawn, he's getting.
It's just a joke, you stupid.
Oh, sorry. God. So,
how'd you guys like the Seth Rogen episode?
Yeah, it was so great.
I thought it was great.
Shawn, I thought you were great on that.
Yeah.
Will, I got a couple of notes.
Okay.
Listen. Is it locked? Is it locked?
Try not to describe your question before you ask it.
Okay.
No, I'm giving myself my own note. I do find that I'm starting to qualify a lot of my questions before I spit it out. You guys are trying to help me with hurtful sort of picking on me.
I think that's good that you do that because it gives people context, and I think that's what people need. I think
but I think I'm doing it too. I'm enjoying the sound of my own voice too much. I need to just get the question out, let the guest talk.
Well, here's the thing. And by the way, while we talk about this, people can feel free to get some questions going to our listener if we have any. We're taking questions, but no, it's good. You really think your question out, and you want to be super specific. And I mean, if we took the pauses out, we could shrink it down to an hour.
Tighten the gaps. Well, maybe I should think my question through before I ask it, as opposed to thinking it out in real time and audibly.
The expression "gun to your head." Just imagine somebody's got a gun to your head, so you're just going to get through it. You know?
Oh man.
Go ahead. Oh, Shawn, go ahead.
Were you
going to take care of more business?
Scotty, do we have any questions? Oh, there's one.
Podcast. Will, what is your favorite chocolate candy? Thank you, Jessica. I know she can tell that I love candy.
No, I think this is probably your agent teeing this question up here.
Oh, it's Reese's. Reese's.
Why?
Well, just because I swallowed them whole like a duck.
Are you sorry?
No, I'm not sorry. No.
Sorry, not
sorry. Wait, can you explain the duck joke? What do you mean you swallowed whole like a duck?
Well, Will is the voice of the Reese's can commercial. Go ahead.
I wish you'd just kill that ant up in Wisconsin for once.
It's his sister. Shawn's sister lives in Wisconsin, and he feels like that we need to explain everything for her and her friends. It's a long story. The idea that a duck eats everything whole, they don't have teeth, they're not biting it, so they just kind of go.
I mean, I see our listener count just going down.
Yeah, going way down. Let's take another question from somebody.
Anybody?
Anybody? Should we?
That's it. We did Noel with an umlaut over the E, right?
Yeah.
What's the best thing you have done during quarantine? Really? So that's a free ball. Anybody can take that.
I don't think that's
Sean,
a free ball. I think that's something different. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I've been free balling
since quarantine. That's the best thing.
No, I talk about it too much, but we got a new puppy. So it's a 24/7 job.
No, tell us about the puppy. Sorry, dozed off for a quick sec. Tell us about the puppy real quick.
Everybody loves hearing about new puppies.
The puppy's name is Ricky.
That's enough. Next question. If you could play a role originally played by one of the other SmartLess guys, which one would you play and why would you be better? I love the already assuming one of us would have been better than the other. That's a safe bet. Boy, I'd love to play anything you guys have played before. You remember? Did you guys ever go to? Was your school? Did you guys like read plays out of your literature book or whatever? And you'd pick different roles to play, and you read it out loud in English class when you're in grade school, and then you switch roles. I would love that because then I'd be like, oh, watch, I'm going to do this better than little Ricky over there in the corner did it.
Sure, and then the dog. Yeah.
And by Ricky, you meant Ricky Schroeder because you guys were on set together, right? But let me say, speaking of that, I loved Jason. What was your character's name on It's Your Move? You did that 1 year of that.
Matthew Burton.
Matthew Burton is a spinoff of.
Wait a minute, you remember the name of your character?
I remember all my characters' names, but I couldn't tell you what I did yesterday. No, that's not true. But I would like to see a list of all the names that have.
Can you tell us what your character did yesterday?
Oh, this is interesting. Let's roll on this.
My id. All right. So how would you have played Matthew Burton?
I wouldn't be able to do it better. It was so good. But I used to. Yeah. But I will say something that my friends do to me all the time is they'll reference characters' names of really crappy stuff that I've done, and then they'll call me and talk to me as that character name, which is a very funny thing to do. It makes me laugh.
You guys mind if I try my Marty from Ozark? Because I think I could.
I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear Marty.
Here it comes. Okay, hurt my feelings. Ready?
Okay. Nope. Yeah. Ready? Here we go. What do you mean money laundering is bad? Somebody help me. Is that? Well, that was Jason.
You're gay bashing right now.
That's your imitation of Jason. Now do what you would do.
Okay. What do you mean? Okay. Anyway.
Next question.
What talent do each of you have that would surprise us? Leanne Merritt Young.
Leanne Merritt, she seems like a very nice woman, so let's keep it clean.
Let's be nice, Jason.
What talent do each of you have that she would be surprised to learn?
Sean, would it be talent?
Just in general? And why have you been hiding it?
I mean, I don't think it's everybody know, not everybody, but I mean, you guys know I play piano, so maybe the piano.
I can do something that I actually did on Letterman once. I was really excited that we got to it, where I can take a piece of gum and I can roll it up into a real beautiful ball in my mouth, and I can blow it above my lips and make it hover it's a cool trick.
That is a secret. That is a secret I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't think I have any. I had nothing.
You can't do anything with your mouth that people be surprised about, like I said.
We agreed that we were going to do this. That Leanne Merritt or whatever that
I took it right up to the edge. If you want to take it into the dirt land,
I don't want to.
You be tasteless.
No, but I, obviously there's like juggle stuff like that, and
with your mouth.
Sure,
you can juggle balls with your mouth.
No. Well, people don't know you speak French.
I speak French. Bien sûr, je parle français. Je peux faire ça, and I do some light diplomacy on the sides, just some light diplomacy.
Sure.
I go overseas and I do.
But I have seen people juggle ping pong balls with their mouth. Have you ever seen that? They shoot them up in the air, and that's pretty impressive. I can't do that.
Ellen Laurie wants to know who
was your favorite guest so far? I loved Melissa.
She loved Melissa. Melissa was great. Melissa was a great
Melissa
guest.
McCarthy.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy, actress, American actress from the state of Illinois.
Who's my favorite guest so far? I love talking to anybody who's not in our business. I'm very grateful to those that are in our business that are coming to talk to us, but it's always nice to talk to like a scientist or a politician or
We had a couple of great. We had a guy we can't say yet, but we had a great doctor, and also a great another guy who just knows a lot of stuff. I don't know how else to describe him.
And I know that's me, but I know like a lot of. I'm a regular on it, but I know a lot of. When you guys bring a sports person on, I actually like that because I know nothing about sports.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some more athletes. I'd like to see some more musicians. Any musicians want to come and talk to us, please?
We got Bon Iver. We got Bon Iver coming.
Really?
Right?
No, we don't.
But I want to. Can I please get a shout out from one of you guys?
Hey, Josh Speed.
Hey, Josh Speed.
Josh Speed.
Hey,
can I hear your Australian accents?
Aluminium. Gasoline.
How you going?
How you going,
Sarah?
How you going?
Yeah, I can't. G'day. I know chest is cheesed.
Okay.
Thanks. So, guys, you want to talk about Kamala?
Yeah.
Talk about how
she would qualify as one of my favorite guests for just pure, like, I'm too stunned to even think of what to ask you.
What was so great was being able to talk to her and be very frank, and we were very direct. There were no limits put on what questions we could ask, nothing like that. It was just, and we were able to kind of ask her what we want, and she was very candid. And very frank with us, and I thought that was awesome. That was very refreshing.
It was great to ask her questions just about her instead of politics. Like, who are you? Like, as a mom and whatever. Anyway, I think Scotty, you have a clip of the show. Maybe we'll just run that really quick.
Oh,
Kamala, do you and Doug cook together?
Yeah, Doug is my sous chef. And so we got to the point where I was like, honey, you should just like master 3 different things and then just make those all the time. And so that's kind of where we are. And I gave him that advice that one time that he was cooking and I was under the fire alarm fanning with my briefing documents for like 5 minutes. It was just like, we got to figure out a different process.
I love it.
That was so funny. And then if I remember, Bateman, you go, I love it. And they cut off there. We go, you go, I love it. And then she said, that's the most unpatriotic thing I've ever heard an American say, right? She said that to you right after. That was so weird.
Right after, shut up, Bateman.
Shut up.
She said, shut up, Bateman. That's the most. Yeah.
And we're not figuring that out.
That was such a great guest. That was such a great get, Jason.
Yeah, Jason brought on Kamala Harris, and it's
very timely.
Well, and thank God we got her the day before they announced, because she probably would have been like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that show after she was on the ticket."
Yeah, right. That was it.
Thank God she never listened to our show before, because
we have a question for Jason
from Fig Newton. Will Shawn Hayes be on season 4 of Ozark? If
do you want to tease it, or
if we can make his deal? He will be there, but he's really digging in on Drive To. He wants Drive To money. That's for when you want your tank filled with gas to get to the set every day. And we're just
I just got the pages because you wanted me to look them for Shawn's audition for your character.
That's actually I'll close my deal right now.
Here we go. Here you go. Here it is. I'll just read it. I can just read it to you. This is your part.
Okay.
You ready? Here you go. And you go, picks up phone. It says, Marty, phone for you.
Just give us 3 versions of that, Shawn, please.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
And remember, you're a meth dealer working in the back of a gas station.
Yeah, and most of your teeth are gone. Most of your teeth are gone because of your desire, because you love meth. You ready?
Marty, phone for you.
Okay, a little bigger.
Okay.
And let's not forget we're doing a drama.
Okay.
And it's bad news on the phone.
What was your least favorite line you have had to say in a movie or a show?
Ooh.
I don't know. That's the second they enter my head, they leave.
I know.
I do remember I did a film called Kingdom where we were like in some war place, and so it was like typical. It was like an ensemble, and I was just
an actor with his. I was like war place.
Yeah, I was in the back of a car, and I had to do a bunch of lines like "turn left,"
no,
careful.
You had a great. No. That's so weird that you say that, because Krasinski and I have both told you this. In that movie, you have a great line where they're speeding, and you go, "Hey, driver, are you late?"
Right. I do remember that. Well, that's because I was so frustrated with those, typical. I was like, hey, can I just kind of pop off on this next take and just start? And they said, yeah, go ahead.
It was good vintage Bateman. Hey, driver.
Hey, are we late?
Are we late?
I just want to point out, you mentioned Krasinski. That's John Krasinski. So, and some other guests that we have on the show.
Other guests that we have?
Other guests we have on the show: Will Ferrell, Robert Downey Jr., Stacey Abrams, Maya Rudolph, Marty Short.
That's right.
Coming up.
The list goes on and on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and some great ones that we don't even know about because we haven't told each other yet who they are, which is the whole conceit of the show.
Yeah. Well,
you guys have some big ones coming up.
I got a real good one.
Yeah,
they were all good, but I got a real good one next week. And let's just take one more question. Do we have one more question from a fan? Let's take one more. And because I think
you're gonna love my sister.
That was it. 5 listeners. Nope. Here we go.
Shawn, can we touch stomachs? Please.
From Wesley Humphrey.
And then the emoji of
and 3 S's on the please. This sounds like a real catch, Shawn. Maybe is there a DM thing that you can do on?
I've already
down.
I'm side videoing him right now.
Yeah, side him. Where is your favorite place to kick back and relax?
This is Stacy Billhartz.
Stacy Wisdom Billhartz. For me, I'm on the East Coast right now. I like to do that out on Long Island. That's where I like to kick back and relax. And
how about in your house? You got like a favorite little spot where you marinate? You got like a
marinate.
I know, Bateman always with the marinate. Bateman, I remember the first time going over to watch. We used to watch football years ago. We'd watch football on a Sunday all day. And the first year of Arrested Development, we'd watch the show at night. Remember that?
Yeah.
On the Sunday night. And Bateman he's like, no, you don't have the couches facing the TV. They got to be perpendicular to the TV so that you can lay longwise and marinate as you watch the screen.
Just stew in your juices and not have to sit up. You lay down, which you want to get the pasta flat in the pot. You don't want it up on a 90. Yeah.
Stew in your juices.
Because Sunday you can do a nice long slow cook.
Shawn, where do you kick back and relax in your house? Where's your center? Oh, you seem so centered. By the way, I should have opened with Namaste, obviously.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know. It's the couch. Well, I mean, I'm the most boring person in the world.
Yeah, that's true. Jason, what about you?
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah. Where do you get Jason? Where do you get your stew on?
There's a little room in the house there where that's Daddy's place, and my wife always comes in.
That little front room.
Yeah, my wife always comes in and she always like messes up her face, like, oh, what? Open up a window or a door. I'm like, what are you talking about? It smells great in here, and she says, no, it smells like breath and dog. But then we look down and we see Hank laying on the floor, so it's all him.
There it is.
Yeah. He just needs to get out.
Hank and Ricky.
Yeah. What part of the movie did you audition for and missed out on? Hi from Australia. I did not audition for Hi from Australia. Did you?
Deanne Nichols. She'd like to know.
What part did you audition for and missed out?
I actually.
Lots.
Yeah, a lot. I actually passed on Madagascar.
Huh.
Is that true?
Yeah, the giraffe.
Why'd you pass?
Yeah, why'd you pass?
Because there was no script and it was just a drawing and I didn't know what to say yes to. And also my manager at the time was like, you don't need to do that. DreamWorks, they don't know what they're doing.
Did you fire the manager shortly after?
Yeah, that's the years ago.
Wow.
And they went back to prison and you got yourself somebody who knew how to manage.
Yeah.
Oh, boy,
Bateman, what did you ever audition for, Bateman, that you didn't get, that you regretted?
I mean, so many things. I'd need a minute to really.
Did you ever pass on something like that you're like, oh God, why did I pass on that?
Yeah, but as soon as you say what thing you passed on, then the actor that actually did play the part feels bad. So
I can't take it back. But David Schwimmer is a good friend, and we've had that conversation before, and he did fantastic.
Oh, right, there you go.
Yeah.
but rest assured, many things that the audience has liked that other people have done, they wouldn't have had I done it.
Well,
So it was good that I passed.
Double for me.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do Star Wars.
Oh,
I never had the opportunity to do it. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah,
because it would have.
Where would you be?
It would have.
Was it Darth Vader or
the droid? I wouldn't want to be a droid. Because it would have. I think it would have like pigeonholed me into a certain. Because then I'm like, oh, here comes Will, a Star Wars guy. Every time you guys saw me, you'd be like, dun, 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 you know, or whatever. And I'd be like, and I'd be so over it. And then you'd be like, shoo, 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 you know, and then I'd be signing shit for kids everywhere, you know. Yeah, I know Star Wars. I know.
You ducked a good one there.
So it sounds like you play this out in your head and you already.
I'd have a break.
Yeah,
I would have had a mental break. And I'm not saying I would have. I probably still would have. You know, I wouldn't have minded the money and whatever. And I don't know if I would have done this. Like if I'd done the first one, would I have done the sequel? I don't know.
There's something wrong with you. Guys, this has been such a pleasure being live with you today.
I just remembered we were on camera.
I know, me too.
We're used to doing this with just microphone, but now I'm feeling shy.
Oh,
I would have put on the on-camera piece.
That looks so good. The lace is showing.
Okay, guys, fantastic, lovely to see you again. I'm sure we'll see you tomorrow. So
good. What a way to end the week. Bye, everybody at Facebook.
Bye,
Bye guys.
Smart.